That's why, over the last 10 years, the United States government has been on a crash building course like never before. Like, insane amounts, thousands and thousands of massive underground bunkers. Over the last 10 years, since roughly about the year 2000, 2001, somewhere around there, whenever this 9/11 thing happened, they've been on a crash building spree, building massive underground bunkers. I'm talking 300,000 square feet, 42 stories into the ground. So you have 300,000 square feet, 42 times straight down into the ground, and it's all underground with massive blast bomb doors, that seal it all off and make it completely flat, and you wouldn't be able to tell it was there. Okay, well that's cool. It's fine that they're building them. My biggest question is I want to know why. Okay, if they're building these things and it's not because they know something's coming, because they know something is globally cataclysmic is going to happen, something for the entire world, completely catastrophic, like before in recorded human history, is going to take place in 2012. If that's not true, and that's not what they think or what they know, then why haven't they told anybody that they're building them? Why is there no reports on it? Nothing. There's no reports. There's no on any news. There's no reports on any news program or any network. When anybody does show up or anywhere like Jesse Ventura or anything like that, they're always told that it's classified, and they're told to leave immediately. And they're not told anything about it. They're asked to leave immediately. It's classified. They gotta leave. Okay, well, why is the government trying to hide the fact that they're building these massive underground bunkers? Why would they hide that from us unless they don't want the entire general population to freak out and go into chaos and scramble and try and get in there because there's not enough room? Okay, like what was it say on the Georgia Guidestones? Keep population under 500 million to stay in perpetual balance with nature, I believe is what it says. So you think if they had, with as many compounds as they're building and everything like that, they're basically building enough underground bunkers to house power elites and the 500 million or so people that they have selected from a gene pool or whatever, and for perfect reproduction or whatever the hell, because it's how these people think. They really do. They genetically mutate and alter things. Oh, another thing. Okay, besides that, I really got to talk about this because this freaked me out. Another thing about on the front page of Los Angeles Times talking about how the genetically altered T cells that they're going to be putting into our bodies to fight cancer. Well, if you remember correctly, what was the name of the virus in Resident Evil? It was called T virus, and it injected T cells into your body that caused massive mutation and turned people into zombies. The government is messing around with way too many things. That not only are they genetically altering T cells to put in our bodies to fight cancer, but they have also admitted, and there's documentation that they have been genetically splicing animals with humans, humans with plants, plants with insects, insects with people, uh, animals with insects like spider goats and people eucalyptuses and shit. Like really, really twisted, sick, perverted ass. You should never, ever, ever do ever. You define God. You're going way too far. Things in laboratories, and they're doing it constantly, all the time, behind closed doors. And as like I said so many times before, with all this secrecy and how we're not allowed to know anything or ask any questions, and everything has to be done behind closed doors and everything. You want to know the one and only thing that has to be done behind closed doors, in secrecy, or under the cover of darkness? Evil, people. It's evil, if you didn't know that. I'm pretty sure most of you do, but it's evil if you didn't know that. It's the only thing that has to be done in secrecy. Because if it wasn't evil, you would have absolutely no problem telling anybody and everybody about what you're doing and every shred of everything you're doing, because you'd be proud of it, especially if it was the utmost positive. I mean, seriously, don't you agree? If you don't, then go ahead and leave a comment. But seriously, okay? Under the cloak of darkness, in these laboratories, people are doing evil. They have opened Pandora's box. Not only are they splicing people with animals and insects and plants, okay? Which that's really bad, because there's been diseases like a couple movies have been made about, like rabies, maybe quarantine movies, that people just, beast-born illnesses that people just haven't been able to contract, just because of the simple fact of the barrier between beast and human. Well, now what happens when that barrier's not there anymore because of the gene splicing that these scientists are doing? All of a sudden, it's going to create a whole new, like I said, Pandora's box. It's going to create a whole new can of worms, a whole new thing to where it's like, okay, well, those quarantine movies might come true. That's another zombie type movie. And it's funny how they continuously keep putting these movies out repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. If you actually look over the last 2 years and actually look at how many infectious movies have came out over the last 2 years alone, and when I mean infectious movies, I mean I'm talking about zombie flicks. I'm talking about flicks where there's just viruses that just wipe out like 80, 90% of the world's population. Like global apocalyptic virus that just wipes out humanity. Like to the brink of almost extinction. How many of those movies have been put out in the last 2 years alone? Last 5 years alone. I mean, they're trying to tell us something here. They're trying to show us what's happening. There's even a new one that's coming out the day before my birthday on September 9th. It's called Contagion. And in the preview, little clips and stuff, there's a guy in the background talking about we're all just guinea pigs. They're lying to us about the origins of this and that, and their government saying how they don't know what it is and they can't stop it. And within a couple months, there's going to be more than 1 billion people dead and this and that. And come on, people. They're showing us what they're going to do. Okay? That's their plan. Either 2012 is going to come and the solar flare is going to kill everything on the surface, and they're just going to go underground in their little bunkers because we don't know about them anyway, and they didn't tell nobody about them anyway, so they'll just call their friends up and just quietly go down to the bunkers right beforehand. And then if anything, in the event that NASA's wrong and nothing happens, and the solar flare and all this other 2012 stuff doesn't happen, it just keeps on ticking, and yes, Gary, you get to crap in my mouth, then they'll just quietly come back out of their bunkers, and because we didn't know they were there in the first place, and they'll just quietly come back out, and business will resume as usual, only they'll put their full plan into effect and start gassing the crap out of our upper atmosphere instead of just once every other day or so. They'll be pumping and pumping and pumping and releasing all types of chemicals to basically get us sick. Not to turn us into zombies as much as I would like that to happen, because I think it would be awesome. But anyway, that's not what's going to happen. Either 2012, the solar flare is going to come and wipe us out, or they're going to get us all sick with some sort of new disease they're going to release into the population, and it's going to make everybody extremely sick and weak and frail and sucked up and skeletal looking. And guess what's going to happen? Big Brother is going to come in. Oh, let me help you. We want to help you. We care about our people. Oh my God, I can't believe you're sick. And then guess what? The FEMA camps, residential centers, are going to come into play. Because that's where they're going to take us. Look, we have perfect facilities for you. We have playgrounds for your children to play on. And whole families can live here, and we'll take care of you. Don't mind the two 20-foot tall fences topped with razor wire that only points in. That's just for your safety. It doesn't matter that the razor wire only points in, and that anybody could get in of the fence as easy as they want. They just couldn't get out of it. Don't mind the 20-foot tall fences, 2 of them that surround this complex. It's here to help you. It's for your own good. We got playgrounds for your children to die on slowly. These people are twisted. Do you not get it, America? These people don't give a shit about us. They don't care about the general population. They want us to die. It has been recorded numerous times in numerous documentations of people like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and what's his name, Ted Turner, and all these bigwigs and these power elites, and Bill Gates even is been quoted talking about depopulation being a must, about how we're just the scum on the bottom of these people's shoes. We're lab animals to them to experiment on and have fun with. Okay? It is time to wake up, America. I am sick and tired of sitting here and trying to talk to people and having you laugh in my face. If you don't believe me, please search for yourself. Google it for yourself. Go to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.tv. This man, Alex Jones, he will show you. He will give you the links to follow. You can look for yourself. It is not a joke. It is not a conspiracy. The word conspiracy was created by the government also, okay? Conspiracies are what people label things as when it's too hard to deal with reality. Okay, when you're too scared to deal with what's really going on, it just has to be a conspiracy. It has to be bullshit. Well, guess what? Wake up and stop fucking pretending. I'm out.